Alright, finals. We got ourselves a keep here. If we miss our land draw, the Tormenting Voice looks good. Maybe Tormenting Voice is kind of an all-star for this deck. It's not exactly what you want to do on turn 2, but if it's letting you keep more hands, it's pretty good. So now we get to go Entangler into Moloch, which is also good. Brute Strength and Moloch love each other. Trample, First Strike, Prowess is real nice synergy. Alright, well, the curve continues. Okay. Eternal, not bad. Let's get in there. Guess we keep the Sun-Scorched Desert a secret, as long as we can. Quarry Hauler, sure. So we can smash with both. See what they do. Then decide what we want to do. May want to actually play the desert, because now I can ditch this since we top out at 4. Yeah. Okay, so let's smash with both. See how they block. Because I'll certainly trade an Entangler for a Quarry Hauler. That's just straight up a fair trade. That is just a fair trade. And I doubt they want to drop Moloch, and that way we don't have to play the Brute Strength yet. We can smash, we can like just drop the Devastator like it's hot, which I'm also just fine with. And if they do block the Moloch, we Brute Strength. And then play Spellweaver Eternal, so still progressing the board. Staying busy. Alright. Will our opponent block? That is the question. Because if we trade our Entangler for a Quarry Hauler, we're also looking good. They take it all, which is also good. So now we can play the Devastator. So we are going to play the Sun-Scorched Desert here to make sure that we have the desert for our... Well, we want to deal the damage. We have all the colored mana we need. Like, technically we could discard the Sun-Scorched Desert and our Unquenchable Thirst would still work. But it actually makes way more sense to just play it and get that damage in. If you guys recall from me playing Triple Amonkhet, how many games did I end with my opponent beating me with 1 life left? I mean, right now I feel like we're just like almost like an unsummon away from just winning. I know that's a bit excessive to say, but maybe not as much as you'd think. Alright, so they do get the synergy on that. They get the value. They get full value. Smashing us. Got it. Well, I guess if you're not blocking. Okay, so they're getting pretty good value here. That was a good turn for them. Pretty important one. Removal plus relevant creature. Pretty important turn. No doubt. Well, no, it's better than that. It's removal plus life gain plus relevant thing plus creature. So that was a huge turn for him. Absolutely. Huge turn for him. Okay, so here I think we just smash with the Moloch and then play the Eternal plus the Initiate. We're still just like an unsummon away from some serious damage here. Because of this and this and this can make things unblockable, and I think I'm pretty tempted to block the Initiate here because it can block anyway. So I think I just block probably with the Eternal on it. If they want to eat up their turn, bring it back, that's probably okay with me too. So 3 plus 6 is 9, 11. Actually, if we got through with everything, we'd be pretty close to lethal, but we're not quite there yet. Naga, okay. Alright, them having plays for days is probably going to lose us the game. If they didn't, though, we'd be ridiculously good shape here. But they had plays for days, so not much we can do about that. The plays for days plan is quite good. I think it feels like Desert's Hold just straight up won them the game. Actually, no, they were capitalizing on Monument. They had a really nice hand. They did 2 double spell turns, one of which gained them the life. Like, they just had really, really good plays. Like, our plays were good too, but theirs seemed just totally optimal. And now we like can't even live. Like, we're just taking 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minimum. If I try and swing here and plus this, like, we have to play this. We have to play this now. And we have to find an unsummon. I know I'm not even getting Firebrand Archer value, which does suck. But if we don't find unsummon, we just straight die. Like, obviously I can't allow that to happen. Didn't find it. Alright, I think we just die. Just drew a bunch of lands and died. Do wish we were a little bit closer to victory than we are. I mean, unfortunately we don't even have lethal, is that right? Well, that's cool, I guess. So they're not even leaving themselves with lethal? That's pretty interesting. So this is an example of where Blazing Volley would have been pretty huge for us. So there's green-white beats. Honestly, this is definitely a match where we just drew too many lands. We drew way too many lands. We definitely can win this match, though. We saw 0 of our 3 on summons. We didn't see our Winds of Rebuke. We didn't see any of it. Although I guess with the Monument, maybe that would have been worse. I don't know. But we definitely don't want to show them the Brute Strength now, since we can't win with it anyway. So we just drew too many lands. An opponent made too many double plays when we were drawing lands, so can't win off of that. But like I said, we absolutely can win this. This is absolutely winnable. No doubt in my mind. So let's win it, shall we? How's that sound? Sound good to me. I like that. Let's win. So we've got red, blue. Do we have anti-artifact? Looks like we do not. This never came up either, which is kind of sad. So we don't have Blazing Volley. Chandra's Defeat we don't need. Well, nope. Don't want that against the Vigilance. Don't want anything, I guess. So we'll run it back and just try and win with what we got. We'll play first. 1 land. Well, no, we do have a 2 land. So this hand, if we don't draw red mana, we're punished. But then we have the Eternal. Oh, that's tough. I think we're going to keep. This is a risky keep. Absolutely. But this feels close enough like it could be really good, potentially. Maybe not. I don't actually know. I feel bad mulliganing this hand, though, because of the amount of blue spells we have. Even if we just rip straight blue mana. We basically could rip blue mana or red mana and still be good. Actually, the Eternal would have been smarter because the Afflict. Yeah. Alright. So this is a good experiment by our opponent to see if just a 1 mana 0/4 is all that you really need to defend against a deck like this. I still feel like it's not going to be good enough. Because remember, this is just a 1 mana 0/4 in their deck. They don't even get to gain life. Like in a white-black deck, it's like no question, because at least you're gaining life and you have a blocker. But in this, it's strictly blocker. So they have Sandblast mana, which is interesting. particularly want to trade here. The Afflict is pretty good. But I think we will. Or try to. We'll see. Okay. So now we'll read Stalker. I mean, I feel like with the Afflict, this did its job. Trade something plus get an Afflict damage. Could have unsummoned there, but I feel like I'm going to have to unsummon something bigger. Well, Camel with no desert, I guess, is good, but they could find one. Could be a problem. Okay. Reasonable. Maybe mill them, see if we get 2 lands. That would be nice. Hope we hit 2 lands. Oh, we didn't. Hit one of their lands, but 2 spells for us. Hieroglyphic Illumination would have been like an optimal draw, too. Can't block. I wish you could block that one. Quite frankly. If we'd hit 2 lands there, man, that'd have been sweet. We gave him a desert too, which actually really sucks. Okay, Devastator's good at least, so just getting in here. And then we're going to play the Devastator and pass. I can unsummon in response to Desert's Hold, so then they don't gain the life. That actually might be pretty good. Okay, so we bounce our dude so they don't gain life. We're going to trade our archer for the camel. They don't even want to do that. Bummer. Got it. I really... Milling our Illumination and Scrapper hurt us so bad. It really did. Hurts. Hurts real bad. Hurts real bad. I don't really want to trade Devastator for a camel either. Not when our deck is just chock full of amazing things that we could draw. Yeah, it's a big, enormous bummer. But what can you do? Except get bummed out by it. Man. Come on, deck. Please. I have so many good non-land cards. Alright. Well, wasn't meant to be, unfortunately. Wish it was. Man, our deck, we finally got the nuts deck, and then I feel like I just keeps losing to, I keep losing to Flood in match 3. This is a really frustrating trend here among all my drafts. Just Flood out in match 3 consistently. It's a bummer. Yeah. Yep. All value. I know. I know. My opponent gets to do it and I don't when I play the blue-red deck. Alright. Little bitter. Little bitter. Don't know what to say, though. Bitterness happens. Sad and bitter. So I still definitely think this is the best deck in the best archetype in the format, the one that we're playing. But our opponent just, not even our opponent. Like, we just flooded out. We needed to draw. We needed to draw consistent draws here, and we just drew lands. So the flood killed us bad. Our opponent's deck was sweet too, but we can't stop drawing lands now, which is really frustrating. It's more frustrating because I'm losing against the mythic that I lost against the blue-red deck with. That's what's so frustrating. But that's okay. That's all right. So they'll just get a bunch of indestructible horses and we'll lose. I got it. So there's zero chance of winning. I guess I'll just look at my next card and concede here. Alright, finally get a spell, but way, about 30 turns too late. So that sucks. Loved our deck. This is pretty optimal blue-red tempo. Basically the deck I've lost against 1,000 times, and then I lose with it in round 3, which I'm still bitter about. Can't lie. But that's okay. So I definitely think this is the best deck in the archetype, or best archetype in the format, rather. And it's going to be a frustrating deck in the format, I think, too, because even though our opponent just beat us there, it really took us drawing like land into land into land to land to land for that to happen, I think. There were definitely some turns where, like, basically exactly like I said, Winds of Rebuke pretty much lost us the game because it got rid of. No, we still would have lost that just because we had a mana clump that was like 5 lands deep, so there's just no getting by that. But we actually didn't get hurt too bad by the 3 colorless lands, so that was actually a good thing to learn. I mean, it looked like it could hurt our mana base pretty bad, but you can design your deck in a way where you're not too color intensive and it works out okay. So, alright, we'll be back for more. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you for the next one.